how to stop comparing yourself to others. In our journey through life, it's almost second nature to measure ourselves against those around us. Whether it's a colleague's promotion, a friend's new car, or a stranger's vacation photos on social media, we often find ourselves evaluating our own lives in the light of others' experiences. This habitual benchmarking, known as social comparison, can significantly influence our self-esteem and overall well-being. The tendency to compare is deeply rooted in human psychology. Leon Festinger's social comparison theory, introduced in 1954, posits that individuals have an innate drive to assess their opinions and abilities by contrasting them with those of others. This process helps us understand our place in the social hierarchy and can motivate self-improvement. For instance, observing a peer's success might inspire us to strive harder in our endeavors. However, this same mechanism can lead to feelings of inadequacy when we perceive ourselves as lacking in comparison. While occasional comparisons can be harmless, chronic engagement in this behavior can have detrimental effects. Regularly measuring ourselves against others can lead to destructive emotions and behaviors. Research indicates that frequent social comparisons are associated with negative feelings such as envy, resentment, and depression. These emotions can erode our self-worth and lead to a constant state of dissatisfaction. Moreover, the act of comparing often involves evaluating ourselves against unrealistic standards. People tend to showcase the most polished versions of their lives, omitting struggles and imperfections. When we measure our raw, unfiltered experiences against these curated portrayals, it's easy to feel inferior. This skewed perspective can diminish our appreciation for our own achievements and unique qualities. In the digital age, social media platforms have amplified the opportunities for comparison exponentially. These platforms are replete with images and stories highlighting people's successes, adventures, and milestones. While these glimpses can be inspiring, they often represent a highlight reel rather than the full picture of someone's life. Studies have shown that excessive use of social media can negatively impact self-esteem and life satisfaction. The constant exposure to others' seemingly perfect lives can lead to feelings of inadequacy and low self-worth. This phenomenon is particularly pronounced among adolescents who are still in the process of forming their identities. Furthermore, the feedback mechanisms inherent in social media, such as likes and comments, can become external validators of self-worth. Relying on these metrics can create a dependency where one's self-esteem fluctuates based on external affirmation. This external validation can distort self-worth, making validation akin to a currency. The need for recognition can foster dependency on likes and comments, creating a cycle of constant affirmation seeking. Chapter 1. The Psychology Behind Comparison. In our daily lives, it's almost instinctive to measure ourselves against others. Whether it's a colleague's promotion, a friend's new car, or a stranger's vacation photos on social media, we often find ourselves evaluating our own lives in the light of others' experiences. This habitual benchmarking, known as social comparison, can significantly influence our self-esteem and overall well-being. The tendency to compare is deeply rooted in human psychology. Leon Festinger's social comparison theory, introduced in 1954, posits that individuals have an innate drive to assess their opinions and abilities by contrasting them with those of others. This process helps us understand our place in the social hierarchy and can motivate self-improvement. For instance, observing a peer's success might inspire us to strive harder in our endeavors. However, this same mechanism can lead to feelings of inadequacy when we perceive ourselves as lacking in comparison. Not all comparisons are detrimental. Engaging in social comparison is a natural behavior strategy where we seek to better understand our status relating to ability, opinion, emotional reaction, and more by comparing ourselves to other people. However, it's essential to distinguish between healthy and unhealthy comparisons. Healthy comparisons can motivate self-improvement and provide valuable insights into our goals and aspirations. Unhealthy comparisons, on the other hand, can lead to feelings of envy, low self-esteem, and chronic dissatisfaction. Recognizing the type of comparison we're engaging in is crucial for our mental well-being. Regularly measuring ourselves against others can lead to destructive emotions and behaviors. Research indicates that frequent social comparisons are associated with negative feelings such as envy, resentment, and depression. These emotions can erode our self-worth and lead to a constant state of dissatisfaction. Moreover, the act of comparing often involves evaluating ourselves against unrealistic standards. People tend to showcase the most polished versions of their lives, omitting struggles and imperfections. When we measure our raw, unfiltered experiences against these curated portrayals, it's easy to feel inferior. This skewed perspective can diminish our appreciation for our own achievements and unique qualities. Breaking free from the cycle of negative self-comparison requires conscious effort and self-awareness. One effective strategy is to practice gratitude by focusing on our own strengths and achievements rather than what we lack compared to others. Limiting exposure to environments that trigger negative comparisons, such as certain social media platforms, can also be beneficial. Additionally, setting personal goals that align with our values rather than societal expectations can help us cultivate a sense of fulfillment and self-worth. Chapter 2: Understanding the Roots of Comparison. In our journey toward personal growth, it's essential to delve into the origins of our tendency to compare ourselves to others. By understanding these roots, we can better navigate and mitigate the negative impacts of comparison on our well-being. At its core, the act of comparing ourselves to others is a fundamental human behavior. Psychologist Leon Festinger introduced the concept of social comparison theory in 1954, suggesting that individuals have an innate drive to evaluate their opinions and abilities by comparing themselves to others. This process helps reduce uncertainty and define the self. We often assess our self-worth by measuring how we stack up against those around us. This can manifest into primary ways: upward and downward comparisons. Upward comparisons occur when we look to individuals we perceive as better off or more skilled, which can either inspire us to improve or lead to feelings of inadequacy. Conversely, downward comparisons involve looking at those we consider worse off, often to boost our self-esteem. Our early experiences play a pivotal role in shaping our propensity for comparison. During childhood, the feedback we receive from parents, teachers, and peers significantly influences our self-perception. Children who grow up in environments where they are frequently compared to siblings or peers may internalize the belief that their value is contingent upon outperforming others. This can lead to a persistent habit of measuring self-worth against external standards. Moreover, cultural norms and familial expectations can instill specific values, further influencing how and whom we compare ourselves to. For instance, in some cultures, academic achievement is highly prized, leading individuals to constantly measure their success against that of their peers. Society and culture wield considerable power in shaping our comparative behaviors. Media representations often showcase idealized lifestyles and unattainable standards of beauty, success, and happiness. Exposure to such portrayals can lead individuals to engage in upward social comparisons, measuring themselves against these unrealistic ideals. This phenomenon is particularly prevalent on social media platforms, where curated content creates a skewed perception of reality. Research indicates that individuals who frequently compare themselves to others on social media may experience feelings of inadequacy and diminished self-esteem. While some degree of comparison is natural and can even be motivating, it's crucial to recognize when it turns detrimental. Toxic comparison occurs when individuals consistently feel inferior, leading to negative emotions such as envy, resentment, and low self-worth. This can manifest in various ways, including constant self-criticism, a pervasive sense of inadequacy, and an inability to appreciate one's achievements. Over time, Such patterns can erode mental health, contributing to anxiety and depression. It's essential to be mindful of these signs and take proactive steps to foster a healthier self-image. Chapter 3. The Social Comparison Theory. Why do we compare? From a young age, many of us find ourselves looking at others to gauge our own progress. This act of measuring ourselves against our peers is deeply rooted in human nature. But why do we do this? And how does it affect our sense of self? In 1954, psychologist Leon Festinger introduced the concept of social comparison theory. He proposed that individuals have an inherent drive to evaluate their opinions and abilities. When objective measures aren't available, we turn to others for comparison. This means that our self-worth often hinges on how we stack up against those around us. For instance, after completing a project, you might assess its quality by considering a colleague's work. This comparison helps you understand your standing and can influence your self-esteem. Not all comparisons are created equal. Sometimes, we look up to those who seem more successful or skilled, a process known as upward comparison. While this can inspire growth, it can also lead to feelings of inadequacy if we constantly feel we don't measure up. On the flip side, downward comparison involves looking at those who are less fortunate or skilled. This can boost our self-esteem temporarily, but relying on others' misfortunes for our self-worth isn't a sustainable strategy. It's essential to recognize when these comparisons are helpful and when they're harmful. Our environment plays a significant role in fueling comparisons. Media, for instance, often showcases idealized versions of life, leading us to measure ourselves against unrealistic standards. Social norms and cultural expectations further dictate what is deemed successful or desirable, pushing us into a cycle of constant evaluation. The rise of social media has exacerbated this, as curated feeds present highlight reels of others' lives, making it challenging to remember that we're only seeing a fraction of the story. Recognizing the pitfalls of constant comparison is the first step toward change. Here are some strategies to help break free. Times cultivate self-awareness. Pay attention to moments when you're comparing yourself to others. Acknowledge these thoughts without judgment, and remind yourself that everyone's journey is unique. Times limit media consumption. Be mindful of the media you consume. Unfollow accounts that trigger negative comparisons and seek out content that uplifts and inspires you. Times practice gratitude. Focus on what you have rather than what you lack. Regularly reflecting on your blessings can shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Times set personal goals. Define success on your terms. Establish goals that align with your values and measure your progress against them, not against others. Times seek professional support. If feelings of inadequacy persist, consider talking to a mental health professional. They can provide tools and techniques to help you navigate these emotions. By implementing these strategies, you can begin to free yourself from the comparison trap and foster a healthier relationship with yourself. Remember, your worth isn't determined by how you measure up to others, but by the unique qualities and strengths you bring to the world. Chapter 4. Social Media and the Illusion of Perfection. In today's digital age, social media has become an integral part of our daily lives. While it offers numerous benefits, it also amplifies the human tendency to compare ourselves to others. Understanding how social media fosters this comparison culture is crucial for maintaining our mental well-being. Social media platforms are designed to showcase the most engaging and appealing aspects of users' lives. This design inherently encourages individuals to present an idealized version of themselves, highlighting achievements, adventures, and moments of joy. As we scroll through these curated feeds, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing our everyday experiences with the seemingly perfect lives of others. This phenomenon can lead to feelings of inadequacy and diminished self-worth. Research indicates that such social comparisons on social media can contribute to increased anxiety and depression as individuals measure their self-esteem against the perceived successes of their peers. It's essential to recognize that social media often serves as a highlight reel, not an accurate representation of someone's entire life. Users typically share moments that portray them in the best light, omitting struggles, failures, and mundane daily activities. This selective sharing creates a distorted reality, leading observers to believe that others lead flawless lives. A study highlighted that individuals often compare themselves to these idealized portrayals, resulting in negative self-perception and emotional distress. To safeguard our mental health, it's important to establish healthy boundaries with social media use. This might involve limiting screen time, curating your feed to include content that uplifts rather than diminishes your self-esteem, and being mindful of the emotions that arise during and after social media interactions. By taking control of your digital environment, you can reduce the negative impacts of social comparison. Developing a balanced relationship with social media involves conscious effort. Focus on engaging with content that inspires and educates rather than content that triggers comparison. Remember that everyone's online presence is curated, and real life encompasses a full spectrum of experiences, both positive and negative. By shifting your perspective and being intentional with your social media use, you can transform it into a tool for connection and growth, rather than a source of comparison and self-doubt. Chapter 5. Identifying your triggers. In our journey toward personal growth, understanding the roots of our behaviors is crucial. One significant aspect is recognizing the triggers that lead us to compare ourselves to others. By identifying these triggers, we can transform them into opportunities for self-improvement and emotional well-being. Have you ever noticed moments when you suddenly feel inadequate or envious? These feelings often arise when we compare ourselves to others. It's essential to become aware of these instances. Start by paying attention to situations where you feel a shift in your self-esteem. Are there specific times, places, or people that make you feel less confident? By keeping a mental note or even journaling these moments, you can begin to see patterns in your behavior. Our surroundings play a significant role in how we perceive ourselves. Social media, for instance, often showcases curated highlights of people's lives, leading us to make unfair comparisons. Similarly, certain environments or individuals might trigger feelings of inadequacy. It's important to identify these external factors. Are there specific social settings or relationships that make you feel inferior? Recognizing these can help you understand the external influences on your self-perception. Delving deeper, it's not just external factors, but also internal emotions that lead to self-comparison. Feelings of insecurity, fear, or past experiences can trigger these comparisons. By reflecting on your emotional responses, you can identify the root causes. For instance, a critical comment from someone might evoke past feelings of inadequacy. Understanding these emotional triggers allows you to address the underlying issues contributing to self-comparison. Once you've identified your triggers, the next step is transformation. Instead of viewing these triggers negatively, see them as opportunities for personal growth. When you recognize a trigger, pause and reflect on why it affects you. This self-awareness can lead to positive change. For example, if social media makes you feel inadequate, consider limiting your exposure and focusing on activities that boost your self-esteem. By reframing your perspective, you can turn potential setbacks into stepping stones for growth. Chapter 6. The Hidden Costs of Comparison. In our journey of personal growth, it's essential to recognize the subtle yet profound ways that comparing ourselves to others can hinder our well-being. While seeking inspiration from others can be beneficial, constant comparison often leads to detrimental effects on our mental health, productivity, self-worth, and relationships. Imagine scrolling through social media, seeing friends achieving milestones, traveling to exotic places, or showcasing their talents. It's natural to reflect on our own lives in these moments. However, when these reflections turn into persistent comparisons, they can spark a cycle of anxiety and self-doubt. Research indicates that individuals who frequently engage in social comparisons are more prone to feelings of envy, regret, and guilt, which can escalate into chronic stress and anxiety. This constant self-evaluation against others' perceived successes diverts our focus from personal achievements, leading to a diminished sense of self-worth. At work or in personal endeavors, measuring our progress against others can be counterproductive. Instead of motivating us, it often leads to feelings of inadequacy. Studies have shown that such comparisons can reduce work-life balance and increase emotional exhaustion. When we are preoccupied with how others are performing, we lose sight of our own goals and strengths, resulting in decreased motivation and productivity. This external focus can cause us to neglect our unique talents and the progress we've made, hindering our personal and professional growth. Basing our self-esteem on external validation is a precarious path. When our sense of worth is contingent upon how we stack up against others, we relinquish control over our happiness. This dependency can lead to a fragile self-image, easily shattered by others' achievements. It's crucial to cultivate an internal sense of self-worth, grounded in our values and accomplishments rather than external comparisons. By doing so, we build resilience and a stable foundation for our well-being. Constant comparison doesn't only affect our internal state, it also impacts our relationships. When we measure ourselves against friends or colleagues, it can breed resentment and jealousy. This negative energy can erode trust and intimacy, leading to conflicts and strained relationships. Recognizing and appreciating our own journey allows us to celebrate others' successes without feeling threatened, fostering healthier and more supportive connections. Understanding the hidden costs of comparison is the first step toward liberation. By acknowledging these detrimental effects, we can shift our focus inward, appreciating our unique journey and milestones. Embracing self-compassion and setting personal goals aligned with our values empower us to break free from the comparison trap. Remember, your path is uniquely yours, and valuing your progress is key to genuine personal growth and fulfillment. Chapter 7. Understanding your own self-worth. In our journey through life, understanding our self-worth is paramount. It's the foundation upon which we build our identities, make decisions, and form relationships. Yet, many of us grapple with the concept of self-worth, often seeking validation from external sources rather than recognizing our intrinsic value. This chapter delves into the essence of true self-worth, the distinction between internal and external validation, and offers practical steps to cultivate a self-worth mindset. Self-worth is an individual's evaluation of their own value. It's an internal sense of being good enough and worthy of love and belonging. However, in today's society, there's a prevalent tendency to measure self-worth based on external factors, such as social media likes, accolades, or others' opinions. This external validation can lead to a fragile sense of self as it relies on factors beyond our control. Conversely, internal validation stems from within, where one's self-esteem is grounded in personal beliefs, values, and self-acceptance. Cultivating internal validation fosters a stable and enduring sense of self-worth, independent of external circumstances. Building self-awareness is a crucial step toward understanding and enhancing self-worth. Engaging in reflective practices allows individuals to identify their strengths, acknowledge areas for growth, and align with their core values. Exercises such as journaling, mindfulness meditation, and seeking feedback from trusted individuals can illuminate aspects of oneself that might otherwise remain unnoticed. For instance, the Reflected Best Self exercise involves collecting positive feedback from various people in one's life to gain a comprehensive view of one's strengths and contributions. By consistently practicing self-awareness, individuals can develop a clearer understanding of their inherent worth and unique qualities. Gratitude is a transformative practice that shifts attention from what's missing in life to appreciating what is present. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of life, individuals can foster a sense of abundance and contentment. This shift in perspective not only enhances overall well-being, but also reinforces a positive self-image. Incorporating gratitude practices, such as maintaining a daily gratitude journal or expressing appreciation to others, can significantly bolster one's sense of self-worth and reduce the inclination to seek external validation. Developing a self-worth mindset involves intentional actions and thought patterns that reinforce one's intrinsic value. Setting personal boundaries, engaging in self-care, and challenging negative self-talk are essential components of this process. Additionally, defining and living in alignment with personal values ensures that actions and decisions are congruent with one's true self, further solidifying self-worth. Regularly revisiting and reflecting on these values can provide clarity and direction, especially during challenging times. By committing to these practices, individuals can cultivate a resilient self-worth mindset that withstands external pressures and validations. Embracing one's true self-worth is a continuous journey of self-discovery, acceptance, and growth. By focusing on internal validation, enhancing self-awareness, practicing gratitude, and building a self-worth mindset, individuals can lead more fulfilling and authentic lives, free from the constraints of external validation. Chapter 8. Focusing on your strengths. In our journey of personal growth, it's essential to recognize and embrace our unique abilities. By focusing on our strengths, we pave the way for a more fulfilling and authentic life. Discovering what sets you apart begins with introspection. Reflect on activities that come naturally to you and bring joy. Consider moments when you felt accomplished or received praise. Often, our true talents are so ingrained that we might overlook them. Seeking feedback from trusted friends or colleagues can also shed light on strengths you may not recognize in yourself. When we align our actions with our innate talents, we experience a sense of purpose and satisfaction. Engaging in tasks that utilize our strengths not only boosts confidence but also enhances productivity. This alignment allows us to contribute authentically, leading to deeper fulfillment in both personal and professional realms. Even as we acknowledge our strengths, feelings of self-doubt can creep in. Imposter syndrome, the belief that one's success is undeserved, affects many individuals. To combat this, it's crucial to challenge negative self-talk and recognize it as a common experience. Sharing your feelings with trusted individuals can provide perspective and support. Remember, acknowledging your achievements and understanding that it's okay to seek help are vital steps toward overcoming these feelings. While focusing on strengths is essential, it's equally important to address areas where we feel less competent. Viewing weaknesses as opportunities for growth allows us to approach them with curiosity rather than judgment. By setting realistic goals and seeking resources or mentorship, we can transform these areas into new strengths, further enriching our personal development journey. Embracing your unique strengths and addressing challenges with a growth mindset can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life. Remember, the path to personal development is continuous, and every step taken in self-awareness brings you closer to your true potential. Chapter 9. Shifting your mindset for self-growth. In our journey of personal development, the lens through which we view the world profoundly influences our experiences and growth. Our mindset, the established set of attitudes we hold, serves as this lens, shaping our perceptions, reactions, and ultimately, our life's trajectory. Consider two individuals facing the same challenge. One perceives it as an insurmountable obstacle, while the other views it as an opportunity to learn and grow. This divergence stems from their underlying mindsets. Research from Stanford University highlights that individuals with a growth mindset, those who believe abilities can be developed through dedication and effort, are more likely to embrace challenges and persist despite failures. They see effort as a path to mastery and view setbacks as valuable learning experiences. This perspective not only enhances learning outcomes, but also fosters resilience and creativity in problem solving. On the other hand, a fixed mindset, believing that abilities are static, can lead to a fear of failure and a tendency to avoid challenges. This mindset often results in plateaued achievements and a reluctance to pursue new opportunities. Recognizing the profound impact of our mindset is the first step toward intentional self-growth. Our mindset also influences how we perceive resources and opportunities. An abundance mindset operates on the belief that there are ample resources and opportunities available for everyone. This perspective fosters collaboration, generosity, and openness to new possibilities. Individuals with an abundance mindset are more likely to share knowledge, offer support, and celebrate the success of others, knowing that another success doesn't diminish their own. Conversely, a scarcity mindset is rooted in the belief that resources are limited. This can lead to feelings of competition, jealousy, and anxiety. People with a scarcity mindset may hoard information, begrudge other successes, and operate from a place of fear. This mentality not only hampers personal growth, but can also strain relationships and stifle innovation. Transitioning from a scarcity to an abundance mindset involves cultivating gratitude, focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, and recognizing the limitless opportunities that life presents. By embracing abundance, we open ourselves to richer experiences and deeper connections. Success is a subjective concept, often influenced by societal norms and external validations. However, true fulfillment comes from defining success on our own terms. Instead of measuring success solely by external achievements such as wealth, status, or accolades, we can shift our focus to internal metrics like personal growth, learning, and the quality of our relationships. Reframing our perspective involves acknowledging that setbacks and failures are integral parts of the success journey. Each challenge faced and mistake made provides invaluable lessons that contribute to our development. By viewing success as a continuous journey rather than a fixed destination, we allow ourselves the grace to grow, adapt, and evolve. Moreover, celebrating small milestones and recognizing incremental progress can boost motivation and reinforce a positive self-image. This approach shifts the emphasis from end results to the ongoing process of becoming our best selves. Perfectionism, the relentless pursuit of flawlessness, can be a significant barrier to self-growth. It often leads to procrastination, burnout, and a constant sense of inadequacy. Embracing progress over perfection means valuing the journey of improvement rather than fixating on an unattainable ideal. This mindset encourages us to take action, make mistakes, and learn from them. It fosters resilience as we become more comfortable with vulnerability and uncertainty. By focusing on progress, we acknowledge our efforts and developments, leading to increased satisfaction and motivation. In practical terms, this could mean setting realistic goals, practicing self-compassion, and viewing each step, no matter how small, as a victory. Remember, it's the cumulative effect of consistent, small improvements that leads to significant personal growth. Chapter 10. Defining your own version of success. In a world that often equates success with wealth, status, and material possessions, it's easy to adopt society's standards without question. However, true fulfillment comes from defining success on your own terms, aligning it with your values, passions, and aspirations. Success is inherently personal. For some, it might mean climbing the corporate ladder, while for others, it could be nurturing a loving family or pursuing creative passions. This diversity stems from our unique backgrounds, experiences, and desires. Embracing your individual definition of success allows you to pursue a path that brings genuine satisfaction and meaning to your life. Relying on external validation, seeking approval from others to feel worthy, can be a significant barrier to personal growth. When you base your self-worth on others' opinions, you may find yourself constantly chasing praise, leading to a cycle of dependency and diminishing self-esteem. This external focus can divert you from your true desires, causing you to make choices that don't align with your authentic self. Over time, this misalignment can lead to feelings of emptiness and dissatisfaction. To define success for yourself, It's essential to reflect on what genuinely matters to you. Consider the activities that bring you joy, the values you hold dear, and the goals that ignite your passion. By understanding your core desires and motivations, you can set objectives that resonate with your true self, leading to a more fulfilling and purpose-driven life. Once you've identified your unique definition of success, the next step is to create a roadmap to achieve it. This involves setting clear, actionable goals and outlining the steps needed to reach them. Regularly assess your progress and be willing to adjust your plan as necessary. Remember, this is your journey, and it's essential to remain flexible and open to change as you grow and evolve. Chapter 11. Building Self-Worth from Within. We often encounter the terms self-worth and self-esteem, sometimes using them interchangeably. However, understanding the distinction between these concepts is crucial for personal growth and genuine self-acceptance. Self-esteem refers to how we evaluate ourselves based on external achievements, abilities, and the feedback we receive from others. It's a fluctuating measure influenced by successes, failures, and societal validation. For instance, receiving praise at work might boost our self-esteem, while criticism could diminish it. On the other hand, self-worth is a deeper, more intrinsic sense of our value as human beings. It's the unwavering belief that we are inherently valuable, deserving of love and respect regardless of external circumstances. Dr. Christina Hibbert eloquently states, "Self-esteem is what we think and feel and believe about ourselves. Self-worth is recognizing, I am greater than all of those things." Recognizing this distinction allows us to focus on nurturing our self-worth, providing a stable foundation that isn't easily shaken by life's ups and downs. Society often emphasizes accomplishments as the primary indicators of a person's value. From academic grades to career milestones, there's a pervasive belief that our worth is tied to what we do rather than who we are. This mindset can lead to a relentless pursuit of success, leaving little room for self-compassion or acceptance of our inherent worth. However, it's essential to understand that achievements, while commendable, are external and transient. They don't define our true value. Our worth isn't contingent upon a promotion, an award, or societal recognition. It's intrinsic, rooted in our very existence. Embracing this perspective frees us from the constant need for external validation and allows us to appreciate ourselves wholly. Building and maintaining a strong sense of self-worth requires intentional daily practices. Here are some habits that can help. 1. Self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. Acknowledge your imperfections and mistakes without harsh judgment. This approach fosters a sense of unconditional self-acceptance. 2. Positive affirmations. Regularly remind yourself of your inherent value. Affirmations like "I am worthy of love" and respect can reinforce your self-worth over time. 3. Mindful journaling. Dedicate time each day to write about your feelings, experiences, and reflections. Journaling can help you process emotions, recognize patterns, and connect with your inner self, reinforcing your sense of worth. 4. Physical activity. Engage in exercises that you enjoy. Physical activity not only benefits your health, but also boosts your mood and reinforces a positive self-image. 5. Surround yourself with positive influences. Build a support network of individuals who uplift and encourage you. Positive relationships can reinforce your sense of belonging and worth. 6. Set realistic goals. Establish achievable objectives that align with your values. Accomplishing these goals can provide a sense of purpose and reinforce your self-worth. By incorporating these habits into your daily routine, you can cultivate a stable and enduring sense of self-worth. In today's interconnected world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. Whether it's through social media or real-life interactions, we often measure our worth against the achievements and appearances of those around us. This habit can erode our self-worth and lead to feelings of inadequacy. Self-compassion serves as a powerful antidote to this comparison trap. By being gentle with ourselves and recognizing that everyone has their unique journey, we can shift our focus inward. Instead of lamenting what we lack compared to others, we appreciate our unique qualities and experiences. Practicing self-compassion involves acknowledging our struggles without self-criticism, understanding that imperfection is a part of the human experience, and being mindful of our emotions without over-identifying with them. This approach not only enhances our self-worth, but also fosters resilience and emotional well-being. Chapter 12. Cultivating a growth-oriented mindset. In our journey of personal growth, cultivating a growth-oriented mindset is pivotal. This mindset empowers us to embrace challenges, view failures as learning opportunities, and continuously strive for self-improvement. By understanding the dynamics between fixed and growth mindsets, we can reshape our perspectives and unlock our potential. Psychologist Carol Dweck introduced the concepts of fixed and growth mindsets. Individuals with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence are static traits, unchangeable over time. They often avoid challenges, give up easily, and feel threatened by the success of others. In contrast, those with a growth mindset believe that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. They embrace challenges, persist through obstacles, and view effort as a path to mastery. This distinction profoundly affects how we approach life's hurdles and opportunities. Life is replete with challenges, but our perception of these challenges defines their impact on us. By adopting a growth mindset, we can reframe obstacles as opportunities for learning and development. This perspective encourages us to step out of our comfort zones, fostering resilience and adaptability. Embracing challenges not only enhances our problem-solving skills, but also builds confidence as we learn to navigate and overcome adversity. A growth-oriented mindset inherently values continuous learning. By committing to lifelong learning, we remain open to new experiences and knowledge, keeping our minds active and engaged. This approach not only broadens our horizons, but also equips us with the tools to adapt to changing circumstances. Whether through formal education, reading, or exploring new hobbies, embracing lifelong learning enriches our personal and professional lives. Recognizing and celebrating small achievements is crucial in maintaining motivation and building self-confidence. Each step forward, no matter how minor it may seem, contributes to our overall progress. By acknowledging these small victories, we reinforce positive behavior and encourage ourselves to continue striving toward our goals. This practice not only boosts morale, but also provides tangible evidence of our growth and capabilities. Chapter 13. The Role of Patience and Persistence. In our journey of personal growth, patience and persistence emerge as indispensable companions. They guide us through challenges, help us embrace the process of change, and foster resilience. Understanding their roles can transform our approach to self-improvement and lead to lasting fulfillment. In today's fast-paced world, the allure of instant success is ever-present. We are bombarded with stories of overnight achievements, leading us to underestimate the time and effort genuine growth requires. However, true personal development is a gradual process. Patience allows us to appreciate this journey, recognizing that meaningful change unfolds over time. By embracing patience, we align ourselves with the natural rhythm of growth, understanding that each step, no matter how small, contributes to our overall progress. Persistence is the driving force that keeps us moving toward our goals, even when faced with obstacles. It's the determination to continue, to push through challenges, and to remain focused on our objectives. By cultivating persistence, we develop a mindset that views setbacks not as failures, but as opportunities to learn and grow. This unwavering commitment ensures that we stay on course, continually striving towards self-improvement. Setbacks are an inevitable part of any growth journey. How we respond to them defines our resilience. Embracing setbacks with grace involves acknowledging our emotions, reflecting on the experience, and extracting valuable lessons. This approach not only strengthens our resilience, but also equips us with the tools to handle future challenges more effectively. By viewing failures as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks, we foster a resilient mindset that propels us forward. In a world rife with comparisons, it's essential to trust in our unique paths. Each individual's journey is distinct, shaped by personal experiences, values, and aspirations. By focusing inward and embracing our uniqueness, we build self-confidence and reduce the tendency to compare ourselves to others. Trusting our path means acknowledging that our timeline and progress are our own, and that true fulfillment comes from honoring our individual journey. Incorporating patience and persistence into our personal development endeavors allows us to navigate the complexities of growth with grace and resilience. By understanding that change takes time, staying committed to our goals, handling setbacks gracefully, and trusting our unique paths, we pave the way for meaningful and lasting self-improvement. Chapter 14: Overcoming Fear of Missing Out, FOMO. In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to feel like everyone else is living a more exciting, fulfilling life. This pervasive anxiety, known as the fear of missing out or FOMO, can leave us feeling inadequate and disconnected from our own experiences. Let's explore why we experience FOMO, how it affects us, and strategies to overcome it. FOMO arises from the perception that others are engaging in rewarding experiences from which we are absent. This feeling is deeply rooted in our need to belong and connect with others. When we see friends or acquaintances participating in activities without us, it can trigger feelings of exclusion and anxiety. Social media amplifies this effect by providing a constant stream of curated highlights from others' lives, making it seem like we're perpetually missing out. The impact of FOMO extends beyond mere discomfort. It can lead to increased stress, decreased life satisfaction, and even mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Physically, FOMO can manifest as tension, headaches, or a racing heart. Recognizing these effects is the first step toward addressing them. Our perception of others' success often fuels FOMO. It's important to remember that what we see, especially on social media, is a filtered version of reality. People tend to share their achievements and joyful moments, rarely showcasing their struggles or mundane daily life. This creates a skewed perception, leading us to believe that others are constantly successful and happy while we are not. To combat this, focus on your own journey and define what success means to you. Understand that everyone's path is unique, and comparing yours to others' highlight reels is neither fair nor productive. Reflect on your personal goals and values, and measure your success against them rather than external standards. Mindfulness is a powerful tool to counteract FOMO. By staying present and fully engaging with our current activities, we can reduce the anxiety associated with feeling left out. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment, allowing us to appreciate our experiences as they unfold. Incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily routine. Simple exercises like focusing on your breath, engaging in sensory experiences, or practicing meditation can help ground you in the present. Over time, these practices can enhance your overall well-being and diminish the grip of FOMO. Contentment comes from accepting and appreciating your current circumstances. It's about recognizing that no one can participate in every opportunity, and that's okay. Embrace the choices you've made and find joy in the experiences they bring. Cultivate gratitude by regularly reflecting on the positive aspects of your life. This shift in focus from what you're missing to what you have can significantly reduce feelings of FOMO. Remember, life is a series of choices, and each decision leads to unique experiences. Trust in your path and find peace in your journey. Chapter 15: Surrounding yourself with positive influences. In our journey toward personal growth, The company we keep plays a pivotal role in shaping our self-worth and overall well-being. Our social circles can either uplift us, fostering confidence and positivity, or they can drag us into cycles of negative comparison and self-doubt. Understanding the profound impact of our relationships is essential in navigating the path to a healthier self-perception. The people we surround ourselves with significantly influence our mindset and attitudes. Spending time with motivated, goal-oriented individuals tends to inspire ambition and drive within us. Conversely, associating with negative influences may lead to detrimental outcomes. Our social circles shape our thoughts, behaviors, and ultimately, our destiny. Surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive individuals can uplift and inspire us, while associating with negative influences may lead to detrimental outcomes. However, not all relationships are beneficial. Toxic relationships can defy logic. Some individuals are oblivious to their negative effects on others, while some enjoy causing chaos and provoking people. Either way, they create unnecessary complexity, strife, and, worst of all, stress. Recognizing these toxic patterns is the first step toward protecting your mental health. Once identified, it's crucial to prioritize your well-being by setting boundaries. This might involve limiting interactions or, in some cases, distancing yourself entirely from individuals who perpetuate negativity. By doing so, you create space for more positive influences in your life. Building a supportive and encouraging network is not just about avoiding negativity, but actively seeking out relationships that foster growth. Positive relationships can provide emotional support, reduce stress, and enhance a sense of belonging and self-worth. Conversely, negative relationships can have the opposite effect, leading to increased stress and a diminished sense of self. In today's digital age, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others, especially on social media. This overconsumption can lead to feelings of inadequacy and negatively impact our mental health. To combat this, it's essential to focus on your own journey and recognize your unique strengths and achievements. By doing so, you can learn from others without feeling inferior. Chapter 16. The Role of Self-Care in Overcoming Comparison. In our journey toward personal growth, it's essential to recognize the profound impact self-care has on diminishing the habit of comparing ourselves to others. By nurturing our physical, emotional, and mental well-being, we build a foundation that fosters self-acceptance and contentment. When we overlook self-care, we become more susceptible to negative thought patterns, including the tendency to compare ourselves to others. Neglecting personal care can cause increases in anxiety, distractibility, anger, and fatigue. You may also experience decreases in sleep, relationship satisfaction, self-esteem, empathy, and compassion. Ongoing exposure to stress without proper self-care can put you at risk for serious consequences such as depression and heart disease. Investing time in our mental and emotional health is crucial. Engaging in a self-care routine has been clinically proven to reduce or eliminate anxiety and depression, reduce stress, increase happiness, and more. It can help you adapt to changes, build strong relationships, and recover from setbacks. Our physical well-being significantly influences our self-perception. Research has shown that regular exercise can boost self-esteem and self-confidence even in people who initially lack confidence. This is because when we exercise, our bodies release endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. Establishing a personalized self-care routine is vital for sustained well-being. Self-care is linked to improved mental health, self-esteem, self-worth, and optimism. Self-care involves valuing ourselves enough to make our health, well-being, and happiness a priority. Chapter 17. Letting go of the need for approval. In our journey through life, many of us find ourselves yearning for the nod of approval from those around us. This craving for external validation can often overshadow our true selves, leading us down paths that aren't genuinely ours. But why do we seek this external affirmation so fervently? From a young age, we're conditioned to look to others for validation. Praise from parents, grades from teachers, and likes on social media all serve as external markers of our worth. Over time, this external validation becomes intertwined with our self-esteem, making us reliant on others' opinions to feel good about ourselves. This dependency can lead to a fragile sense of self where our mood and self-worth fluctuate based on external feedback. However, constantly seeking approval can be a significant barrier to personal growth. When we prioritize others' opinions over our own values and desires, we may make choices that don't align with our true selves. This misalignment can stifle our potential as we become more focused on fitting into others' expectations than pursuing our passions and interests. Moreover, the fear of disapproval can prevent us from taking risks or trying new things, limiting our experiences and growth opportunities. Building inner confidence is essential to break free from the chains of external validation. This process involves recognizing and appreciating our intrinsic worth, independent of others' opinions. One effective strategy is to keep a record of our achievements, no matter how small. By acknowledging our successes, we reinforce our self-worth and reduce the need for external affirmation. Additionally, practicing self-compassion, treating ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a friend, can help us develop a more stable and resilient sense of self. Making decisions without the fear of judgment is a liberating experience. It allows us to act in accordance with our values and desires, leading to a more authentic and fulfilling life. To achieve this, it's crucial to understand that others' opinions are often reflections of their perspectives and experiences, not objective truths about us. By focusing on our path and trusting our judgment, we can navigate life with greater confidence and less concern about external approval. Chapter 18: The Freedom of Self-Acceptance. In a world that constantly bombards us with images of idealized lives and unattainable standards, it's easy to feel inadequate. We often find ourselves trapped in a cycle of comparison, measuring our worth against others. But what if we could break free from this cycle? What if we could embrace the liberating power of self-acceptance and discover that we are enough just as we are? From a young age, many of us are conditioned to believe that our value is tied to external achievements, appearances, or the approval of others. This belief can lead to a perpetual sense of insufficiency, as there's always someone who seems smarter, more attractive, or more successful. However, it's essential to recognize that these comparisons are often based on incomplete narratives. Everyone has their struggles, insecurities, and imperfections, even if they aren't visible on the surface. Embracing the idea that you are enough means acknowledging your inherent worth independent of external factors. It's about understanding that your value isn't determined by societal standards or the opinions of others, but by your unique qualities, experiences, and the person you are at your core. This shift in perspective can be transformative, allowing you to appreciate yourself without the need for constant validation. Self-love is the foundation upon which self-acceptance is built. When you cultivate a deep sense of love and respect for yourself, the urge to compare diminishes. Instead of seeking affirmation from external sources, you find it within. This internal validation acts as a buffer against the negative effects of comparison. Practicing self-love involves treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would offer to a loved one. It means forgiving yourself for mistakes, celebrating your achievements, and recognizing your strengths. By doing so, you create a positive self-image that isn't easily shaken by external comparisons. Moreover, self-love encourages you to focus on your journey rather than others. It allows you to set personal goals aligned with your values and passions, leading to a more fulfilling and authentic life. As you become more attuned to your needs and desires, the achievements of others become less relevant to your sense of self-worth. Society often imposes rigid expectations about success, beauty, and happiness. These standards can create immense pressure, leading individuals to pursue paths that aren't aligned with their true selves. Letting go of these societal expectations is crucial for genuine self-acceptance. This process begins with self-awareness. Reflect on the beliefs and values you've internalized and assess whether they truly resonate with you or if they've been adopted due to external pressures. Challenge the narratives that dictate how you should live, look, or achieve. By questioning and redefining these standards, you grant yourself the freedom to live authentically. This might mean choosing a career that brings you joy rather than prestige, embracing your natural appearance instead of conforming to beauty trends, or prioritizing personal well-being over societal definitions of success. Authenticity is the courage to be yourself in a world that often encourages conformity. It's about embracing your quirks, passions, and imperfections without fear of judgment. When you live authentically, you honor your true self, leading to deeper connections and a more meaningful life. Being authentic requires vulnerability. It means showing up as you are, even when it's uncomfortable. However, this vulnerability fosters genuine relationships as it encourages others to do the same. By embracing authenticity, you create a space where you and those around you can thrive without the constraints of pretense. Moreover, authenticity empowers you to pursue endeavors that truly resonate with you. It allows you to align your actions with your values, leading to a sense of purpose and fulfillment. When you harness authenticity as your superpower, you become resilient against external judgments and comparisons as your sense of self is rooted in genuine self-acceptance. Chapter 19. Living a comparison-free life. Imagine waking up each day feeling content with who you are, unburdened by the need to measure your worth against others. A life without comparison is not about isolating yourself, but embracing your unique journey and finding peace within it. In a world where social media and societal expectations often dictate our self-worth, envisioning a comparison-free life might seem challenging. However, such a life is characterized by inner tranquility, self-acceptance, and genuine happiness. Instead of constantly evaluating your achievements against others, you celebrate your milestones, no matter how small they may seem. This shift allows you to appreciate the present moment and fosters a deeper connection with yourself. Maintaining a life free from comparison requires conscious effort and self-awareness. Begin by identifying triggers that lead you to compare yourself to others. It might be certain social media platforms, specific individuals, or particular situations. Once recognized, take proactive steps to minimize their impact. This could involve curating your social media feeds to include content that uplifts you or setting boundaries with individuals who perpetuate negative comparisons. Practicing gratitude can also play a pivotal role. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Regularly acknowledging the positives in your life diminishes the allure of comparison and reinforces contentment. Cultivating inner peace is an ongoing journey that involves daily mindset adjustments. Embrace self-compassion by treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. Recognize that everyone has their struggles, and it's okay to have setbacks. Engage in mindfulness practices, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, to anchor yourself in the present moment. These practices help quiet the mind and reduce the tendency to ruminate on others' perceived successes. Additionally, set personal goals that align with your values and passions. When you're committed to your path, the achievements of others become less relevant, allowing you to find fulfillment in your endeavors. Your journey is unique, and striving to emulate someone else's life diminishes your individuality. Focus on personal growth by identifying areas where you want to improve for your sake, not because someone else excels in them. Celebrate your strengths and work on your weaknesses without the pressure of external standards. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. By dedicating yourself to becoming the best version of yourself, you honor your authenticity and pave the way for genuine self-fulfillment. Conclusion. The act of comparing ourselves to others has become almost second nature. Whether it's scrolling through social media feeds, observing colleagues at work, or even casual conversations with friends, opportunities to measure our lives against others are ubiquitous. However, this constant comparison often leads to feelings of inadequacy and diminished self-worth. Embracing self-acceptance offers a liberating alternative, allowing us to break free from the shackles of comparison and find contentment within ourselves. At the heart of self-acceptance lies the profound realization that you are inherently valuable, just as you are. This means acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses without judgment and recognizing that your worth isn't contingent upon external achievements or validations. By embracing your authentic self, you can foster a sense of inner peace and reduce the incessant need to measure up to others. This shift in perspective allows you to appreciate your unique journey and the qualities that make you who you are. Self-love is a powerful antidote to the toxic habit of comparison. When you cultivate love and compassion for yourself, you build a resilient foundation that external opinions cannot easily shake. This self-generated validation diminishes the craving for approval from others and reduces the impact of societal pressures. By prioritizing self-love, you empower yourself to focus on personal growth and well-being rather than constantly seeking affirmation from external sources. Society often imposes rigid standards and expectations regarding success, beauty, and happiness. Conforming to these ideals can lead to a perpetual cycle of striving and dissatisfaction. By consciously choosing to release these societal pressures, you grant yourself the freedom to define your own path. This liberation allows you to pursue what genuinely fulfills you, rather than what is deemed acceptable or admirable by others. Embracing this mindset fosters a deeper connection to your true desires and aspirations. Authenticity involves embracing your true self, including your quirks, passions, and imperfections. When you present yourself authentically, you attract relationships and opportunities that resonate with your genuine nature. This alignment reduces the temptation to compare yourself to others, as you are no longer striving to fit into molds that don't suit you. By valuing authenticity, you recognize that your unique perspective and experiences are your greatest strengths. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned with Audiobook Campus for more updates.